Starting out in Rapid Composer, we have 3 tracks: chords, bass and melody. These are all piano tracks in the key of C minor, 60 beats per minute, and a 3/4 time signature. Remember, if you're changing down from 4/4, to check the box that says resize chords to the new time signature. So we've got 4 bars, each has 3 quarter notes in it, which is 12 beats. We're going to add a chord generator. Double click the grey area there on the track just to zoom that up, and we'll have a listen. Those are too low, so let's just bring those up an octave. Now, I've got a very specific rhythm in mind for this type of music. If you listen to Erik Satie, how he plays the Gymnopedies. So I'm going into manual editing for the rhythm. I'm taking these existing ones out. There is a faster way of doing this, and that is just to double click on any of the blank areas. That's double right click on any of the blank boxes. We'll take the whole line out. And we can see here that this rhythm is divided into quarter notes. 1/8 notes gives you twice as many. And there are 12 beats there, which match the 12 beats that we've got in the phrase. So I don't want anything on the first beat. I want it to start on the second beat of each bar, and I want it to last for 2 quarter note lengths. So we've got that rest and then the note that goes for the rest of the bar. And we'll just do this for each of the other bars in that particular phrase. You can do this with using toggle divisions, but because it's in 3/4 time, you have to do a lot of rotating and note extension. It's quicker to do it this way. By clicking the lock icon, I can make the chord transitions a lot smoother, because what the scale lock icon does is to try and find as many common notes in each of the chords in the phrase so that they sound smoother when transiting. I'm now going to add a bass generator. It needs to go on the bass track. And for this, I only want 1 bar in length per note. So I'm filling the whole bar with just that 1 bass note, which starts at the beginning of the bar and lasts for the entire bar. Now all I want in this particular case is the root. So I'll just choose this preset and just knock that down to root. Apply that. That's good. What you'll see here, however, when we actually go into this phrase, is that only the first of the notes is on a strong beat. So if we go into the rhythm part of the bass, we can see we can change this, and I've changed this to strong every one of those beats to be a strong accent. Reason for that, of course, is that that note is going to last for a whole bar, so it needs to be loud enough to ring out underneath the chord notes for doing this. We're now going to have a look at the melody, and again in this case I know what I want the melody rhythm to sound like. because I want to try and emulate the original piece of music. And in this particular style, the first note of the first bar is a rest note, followed by 2/4 notes, and then the second and third bars are each 3/4 notes, and the fourth bar is a whole note. So let's just have a listen to this. Here's the melody generator, and again, to do this, I go into manual editing and I can specify exactly what rhythm that I want. And this is quite important because in terms of melodies, the rhythm sometimes is the most important part of the melody. The pitch of the notes isn't necessarily what's going to make the melody the way that you want it. So filling in the notes, we'll notice that we start on a rest, then 2 notes, then 3 notes, then 3 notes, and then for the last bar we've got a whole note. It seems strange that we call them quarter notes when there are only 3 in this particular time signature, but the time signature is 3/4. That's 3/4 notes per bar. And that's from a rhythmic point of view where we want it to be. However, there's more we can do with the melody to smooth it out. And where the melody is the centerpiece of your composition, and it's a slow composition, you don't want lots of leaps around or skips around between the notes, because it pulls the listener out of the smoothness of it. You notice there that we've got first note plus perfect fourth for the climax. The first note's a chord note, root of the chord note, and the last note is somewhere on the middle of the scale. That's done because we need to go into the next part, which I'm going to create by just duplicating part 1, just to illustrate, and we'll go into this copy of the original melody generator, and this time I want the climax to be a perfect fifth rather than a perfect fourth, and I want to step in the opposite direction after any leaps. So if we're going more than one semitone or tone higher, we need to make sure it starts to come down again, but very slowly. So there's the part with the perfect fourth as the climax. This one we've got the perfect fifth, which matches very well between the first one with the fourth and this one with the fifth. Just want to vary this a little bit because they are kind of same-ish. That will make a good part 3. And then part 4 would be the same as part 2. Except if this was a part 4, I would change the last note to be a root note. So we would just resolve back to the original chord root C minor in this case. I'm just tidying up those double notes there because I want all the notes to be different. We can see on that second melody generator there is a leap at bar 7 and then it comes down by step.